All right, so check this out, everybody. I just helped two of my friends buy a rental property in the South End of Louisville that's netting them a 15% cash-on-cash return after all of their monthly expenses. Now, just to paint a picture, on average, the S&P 500 has averaged a 10.5% yearly return to those that invest into that portfolio, meaning that if you invest $10,000 today in the S&P 500, over the course of, let's say, a 20-year period, your money would theoretically grow at an average rate of 10.5% each of those years. Now, there's a lot of things that can impact that over any given year, and that number tends to rise and fall over time, but on average, that's a pretty nice little return. So here's how we did it. We looked for a couple of months down that way for a single-family home that checked all the boxes for what they were looking for, especially the numbers boxes, because those are the most important boxes to look at whenever you're sizing up an investment property for yourself. We wanted to make sure that they were buying into something that would cash flow enough to cover any unforeseen repairs and maintenance that might pop up over time as a byproduct of owning a piece of real estate. Now, they wanted to find something that was more or less move-in ready and ready to rent out. They didn't want to go through the mix of updating or remodeling a house to get it ready for a tenant. They wanted something that they could purchase and then immediately put a lease on it right away. So they ended up finding a great 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house that was all updated and ready to go in that neighborhood. We decided to pull the trigger on it, and we got it for a great price. Now, like I said, this house was ready to rent right away. It was more or less turnkey. They didn't have to sink any additional funds into updating or remodeling the property to get it ready for a tenant. And the tenant that they signed a lease with agreed to a monthly rental rate of $1,650 per month for a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with a full finished basement and a 2-car garage out back. That ain't bad. So the way that we figure out that cash-on-cash return that I mentioned earlier is we size up the amount of out-of-pocket cash they had to come up with at the closing table, plus any costs spent to get it up and ready to rent, which in this case is none, and compare it to the cash flow coming into the property from the rent total. In essence, the total yearly rent for the year minus the yearly mortgage payments and miscellaneous expenses, divided by the total cash that they paid to acquire the property. So we take that $1,650 and multiply by 12 months, which gives us $19,800 total on the year in income. We take the $940 a month mortgage note multiplied by 12 months, which cracks out to $11,280 on the year. And then we'll go ahead and lump in a $70 a month lawn care fee and $150 a month set aside as a rainy day fund for any roof leaks, water heater replacements, or updates that may need to be made throughout the year, which equals out to $840 and $1,800 respectively on the year for each of those items. So that's $19,800 minus the $13,920 from the mortgage, lawn care, and rainy day fund, which gives us $5,880 or $490 a month in positive cash flow. Then all that's left to do is to divide that $5,880 by the $40,000 that these guys paid at closing to acquire the property, and that gives us a grand total of a 15% yearly return on their out-of-pocket expenses to buy this property. So that means that after about 6.5 years, they'll have totally recouped their cash investment just based off of this 15% cash flow. Now, folks, there are obviously things here that can make that fluctuate over time, but the exciting piece here is that generally speaking, rents rise over time, property values rise over time, and with a renter in place, they'll not only be enjoying that 15% yearly return on their money, but they'll also be enjoying the paydown of their mortgage by a tenant over time, as well as the appreciation that that property will see as time goes on. So that 15% will not only grow every year, but there's also 2 other arms of returns there in appreciation and mortgage paydown that add to the total return the property will bring them over time. A true triple whammy. And with all this to be said, folks, every real estate investment deal is not created equal. Whether you're looking to buy something more turnkey and put a tenant in place like these guys did, or whether you're looking for a fixer-upper that you can add some value to over time and then sell it off, there's a lot of ways that you can fudge up the numbers and you can have a negative experience. But there's also a lot of ways that you can win and have a positive experience. It's about knowing the ins and outs of what goes into this kind of thing, what leads to the positive experience and the positive cash flow, and partnering with the people that know how to make it happen. So, if any of this sounds interesting and you're wondering how you can start investing in the Louisville real estate market, reach out to me. I'd love to be your realtor and help guide you through that process. It's actually a lot of fun once you start diving in and looking into it, so I'd be happy to help you. So, hope everybody has a good day out there, and I will talk to you soon.